Good morning. Brian Thacker, Natural Self Yoga from beautiful Agonda Beach in Goa, India, where I'm completing my 300 hours for a 500-hour teacher training program with Sampoorna Yoga. It is morning. We've already completed our morning practice. We don't get much time at the beach, but I'm learning a lot of stuff. Most of the time we're back up in the jungle with the monkeys and the birds, the eagles, and we're doing our pranayama meditation and also our asana practice, learning more about theory and technique, and it's really wonderful here. But I thought I'd take an opportunity, since we have a little bit of time, to do a quick flow here for you with this beautiful backdrop behind me. So thank you for joining me. Just come to a nice comfortable seat. We'll try to do it for about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. We've got a wonderful breakfast on the way in 45 minutes, so I was hoping to make it a little bit longer, but we just didn't have enough time. So I'll do some more, but for this particular one, just come to a nice comfortable seat. Hopefully you enjoy this, practicing with me for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Sitting with a tall spine, shoulders away from your ears, belly to spine. Relax your jaw. Coming into this time and space, take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs, getting the oxygen to the deep parts of your lungs. Feel the rib cage expand as you rise up, and then exhale, release, completely empty. A couple more breaths here. Maybe a nice closing your eyes. Deep breath in, turning the focus to the inside, letting go of everything else. Join me in this beautiful location. Deep breath in. Nice and peaceful. No matter what's happening outside you, to you, your yoga practice helps you to find some peace and calm within. A couple more deep breaths, getting the oxygen to the deepest part of your lungs, and then exhale, completely release, centering yourself. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Noticing parts of your body that are tight, that are weak, maybe your spine, your shoulders, your neck. Just be aware. Over time it will change. Hands into prayer position at your heart center, and bow your chin down to your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears while you're still lifting up and out of your low back with your spine, belly to spine. Release your hands down into your lap, blink your eyes open, and lift your gaze. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, interlace your fingers, palms to the sky, and stretch up through the side bodies, reach. Might be the first time you've had your arms over your head all day. Enjoy it. And then the right hand's down, the left hand's up and over. Really stretch, keeping the left sit bone down, getting a deep stretch to the left side body. Maybe looking up, anything that's comfortable for your neck. Inhale, lifting up, switching sides. The left hand comes down. On your exhale, the right hand's up and over, sinking that right sit bone down. Maybe the left elbow comes down, really opening that left shoulder up to the sky, smiling at the rising sun this morning. Such a great way to start your day. Inhale back into center, and then exhale, twist. The right hand's behind you, the left hand's to the outside of your knee. Inhale, lengthens, and exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthens, exhale, twist. Inhale back into center, and then on your exhale, bring the left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of your knee. Inhale, lifts up tall, exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, lift up, and exhale, twist. Noticing these beautiful butterflies, nice dragonflies. There's so many of them here. Inhale back into center. Go ahead and come into all fours, tabletop pose. Shoulders over your wrists, knees, hips width distance. Spreading your fingers wide. And then we'll work on our spine a little bit more with cat and cow rolls. Exhale, pressing your spine straight up to the sky, tucking your tail, dropping your head for a cat pose. And then inhale, lower your belly, lifting your hips and your gaze, broadening your collarbone, bottom tips of the shoulders and the back body. Cow pose. Feeling each vertebra. Exhale up and back, cat. And inhale, lowering and lifting. Cow pose. One more time, up and back, cat pose. Any movement that feels good here. Last time, cow pose. All right, back into a neutral spine. Bring your hands out in front of your shoulders. Nice spread of your fingers, tucking the toes. Go ahead and lift up and back into your first downward facing dog. Your feet are hips width distance. Pressing into the tips of the fingers and the finger mounds. You're trying to lengthen your spine. Belly to spine, working, maybe bending one knee, letting one heel drop. Bending the other knee, letting the other heel drop. Really lengthening up and out of your low back. Steady breath. Chin to your chest to lengthen your back, the back of your neck as well. Pressing into the tips of the fingers and the finger mounds is going to take the pressure off of your wrists. Just take your time warming everything up here. Relax your jaw, deep steady breath, keeping that throughout the entire practice. Inhale, roll forward into a plank pose, belly to spine, lengthening through the crown of your head, pressing the hands down, firming them together, pressing back through the heels, lengthening through the crown of the head. Couple deep breaths here, firing up your core. And then exhale up and back, downward facing dog once again. Feet and hands should stay in the same place here. Spiraling the thighs back behind you, chest back towards your thighs, lengthening your hips up and back. Inhale, roll forward into your plank pose. Now bring your knees down, bend your elbows straight back, your chest drops between your hands. Release your toes, inhale, lifting into a nice cobra pose. Elbows straight back, shoulders not here, but shoulders away from your ears, broadening your collarbone, shining your heart forward, bottom tips of the shoulder blades into the back body, and then exhale, lifting, coming back down, pressing back into a child's pose. Forehead comes down. This pose is always available to you. Should stretch out your low back. If you have knee issues, you might come into tabletop here. That's fine too. Deep, steady breath. Child's pose is always available for you, Balasana. Otherwise, coming up into tabletop and then lifting up and back into your downward facing dog once again. Stretching your spine, lengthening back. All right, now lift the right leg straight back behind you, three-legged dog. Getting a lot of length in the right side body, and then bend your knee. Stack the right hip on top of the left. You want equal weight into both hands. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Steady breath. All right, inhale, lengthen the right leg back, and then the right foot comes down next to the left, switching sides. Inhale, lengthen the left leg straight back behind you. Work that right heel down so that you stretch the calf, the Achilles tendon, really reach up and back. And then bend the knee, stacking the left hip on top of the right, opening up the left hip. Maybe you can look underneath your right shoulder, see your left foot. That'll help you square your shoulders. Steady breath. All right, inhale, lengthen the left leg back, and then the left foot comes down next to the right. Walk your feet forward into the top of your mat, forward fold. Just hang here. Relax your neck, getting a nice deep stretch in the hamstrings. You can bend your knees if you need to, maybe bring your hands to a block. You can hold opposite elbows if you'd like to, sway side to side. Anything that feels good here for you. Steady breath. Interlace your fingers at the small of your back now, and then lift your arms up and away, opening up your shoulders. Releasing tension in the back body, the entire back part of the body. All right, and then release your hands, slight bend into your knees, and then lifting up, weights back into your heels, into a chair pose, Utkatasana, belly to spine. Sinking down, weights back into your heels, knees are together, pressing, reaching through the fingertips, steady breath, belly to spine. And then inhale, lifting up, little back bend here at the top, and then exhale, forward fold, all the way down, emptying out your lungs. Inhale, lifting up, looking up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping the right foot to the back of the mat into a lunge. The right knee comes down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, the hands come down, stepping back into a plank pose, top of a push-up. Bend the elbows straight back. You can bring your knees down, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale into your cobra pose, hips down and elbows bent, or straight arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back.
Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. That's a cooling breath. You can take that at any time. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, the right foot comes forward, plant it between your hands. Left knee comes down. Inhale, lifting up. Sinking down into the hips, pressing the right foot down and back, the left knee down and forward. Now the hands come down, stepping the left foot forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, looking up, lifting up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees up and back into a chair pose, Utkatasana, weights back into your heels. Maybe lifting the toes, spreading them, placing them down. Inhale, rising to the top, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, release, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping your left foot to the back of the mat. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rising up, scissoring your hips. Reaching up, shoulders over your hips. And then exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back, plank pose. Now, Chaturanga, halfway or all the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog, feeling that back bend up and over your toes. Downward facing dog, getting a little more warm, deeper into the practice. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale, lengthen the left leg straight back behind you. Exhale, the left foot comes forward, plant it between your hands. Right knee is down. Inhale, rising up, reaching up, filling up. Exhale, hands come down, stepping the back foot forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees up and back into a chair pose, Utkatasana. And then you're just gonna sink down, sink, until you get all the way to the ground, lifting up into your boat pose, Navasana. You can bend your knees if you'd like to. Hands can be behind your knees, toes can be down, hands can be back behind you. If you have low back issues, please keep your hands back behind you. Otherwise, lifting up and out of your low back, steady breath. Working that core is going to help our balance. Relaxed jaw, deep and steady breath. Hearing the sounds of the waves crashing in, the boats going out, the fishermen on our boat pose. Okay, over to the right hip, hands over to the left. You may be shaking, it's okay. Inhale back in the center, over to your left hip, hands over to your right. Back in the center, hug your knees, rocking back and forth on your spine. And then maybe you can lift up into a chair pose without using your hands. Give it a go. You couldn't do it the first time, try it again. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping into plank pose and lower down or hopping chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg straight back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, your right foot comes forward, plant it between your hands. Roll your back heel down. Inhale, rising up, warrior one. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg back. Exhale, the left foot forward. Roll the back heel down, lifting up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. One more time, deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. From here, inhale, lift your heels. Look forward between your thumbs, bend your knees. Step, walk, or hop, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Coming all the way to standing, filling up your lungs, reaching up tall. And then exhale, hands in the prayer position. From here, step the right foot to the back of the mat into a wide-legged stance. Turn the right toes all the way to the back so that you have heel to arch alignment. Reach this right hand forward, getting a lot of length in the right side of your body. The right hand comes down. As you lengthen through the right side of the body, try to keep as much length through the right side and the right leg. Opening up that left shoulder, tucking the right hip under, stacking the left. Steady breath. Trikonasana, triangle pose. You want to work on some core, you can bring the top arm forward. And then if you want to add the unsupported triangle pose, steady breath. Really reach. All right, inhale, lifting up. Turning the toes to face the front. The left toes turn towards the front. Keeping both legs straight. Heel to arch alignment. You might need to adjust your feet. Reach this left arm. Lengthen through the left side of the body. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Steady breath. Noticing this side might be different than the other side. Once again, you can stay right here. Maybe your hand's on a block or your shin. Maybe you reach that top arm forward and lengthen through the entire right side. And then if you want to add palms facing each other, steady breath. All right, inhale, lifting up. Hands onto your hips, pointing your toes towards me. Heels out a little bit, toes in. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, and then exhale, hinging forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Your hands can come down to the mat. Your head can come down. You can bring your hands back behind you. Anything you'd like to do, just get a nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings. All right, inhale, lifting up halfway, hands onto your hips. Inhale, lifting up the rest of the way. Now turning the right leg all the way to the back, bending into the right knee, coming into a warrior two. Reaching through the fingertips, shoulders away from your ears, pressing the feet down. Pressing into the outside of that left foot, shoulders directly over your hips. Reach and breathe. Inhale, straightening the right leg, turning the toes in, bending the left knee, coming into a warrior two, back towards the front of your mat, shoulders away from your ears. Back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Keep the knee directly over the ankle, belly to spine, relaxed jaw, steady breath. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears as you lift up and out of your low back. All right, inhale, straighten your legs, hands onto your hips, turning your toes in. Take a deep breath in, and then on your exhale, bring the hands to interlace back behind you, pressing the knuckles down, opening your chest, and then on your exhale, you're gonna hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold with the arm bind. 5 breaths. All right, releasing your hands, coming back up, wide-legged stance, hands onto your hips, turning the right toes all the way towards the front, right hands onto your hips, reaching long with the left arm, lengthening through the left side of your body. Your left hand can come down either onto the inside or to a block or the outside of your foot or to your foot. You might need to bump your back foot in or lift the back heel. Inhale, lengthens, coming into revolved Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist. All right, inhale, lifting back up, coming all the way around, doing revolve triangle to the front of the mat. So you might need to bump your back foot in just a little bit. Once again, pulling the left hip back, lengthening long through the right hand. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, hinging. Right hand comes down to the ground or to a block on the inside or the outside of the foot. Keep pulling that left hip back. You can keep your left hand on your left hip, lengthening through the crown of your head, and then on your exhale, you can open this left shoulder up to the sky. Anything that makes your neck feel good. Releasing that, the hand comes down, inhale, lifting up, and then step the back foot forward to the front of your mat, standing in your Tadasana. Noticing the changes that have happened in your body. Tadasana is your mountain pose, shoulders over your hips, feeling all four corners of your feet rooted down, steady breath. Relax jaw. All right, working on our balance, moving into a tree pose here. Rooting down into your right foot. Okay. The left foot comes up and into your chest. You can come into a tree pose here, or sole of the foot to the inside of your leg. Steady breath. Relax jaw, belly to spine. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Feeling all four corners of that foot rooted down. I was going to do this at a different place, back behind me, but it was a little bit less level. So this was a little more safe. Safety is always paramount in yoga. The most important thing. Couple more breaths here. Okay, and release. That foot comes down, switching sides. Bring the weight into the opposite foot. You can bring your foot here, here, or here. If you'd like to come to a wall space and hang on to a wall, that's okay too. Belly to spine, tailbone down, lengthening through the side bodies, lower ribs in. Hands can be any variation. You're welcome to add your brunches. Nice soft gaze, steady breath. If you want to challenge yourself, you can always try closing your eyes. And if you fall, just laugh and try again. There's nothing to win, nothing to lose. It's just a play, just a good time. Go ahead and releasing that. That foot comes down, shaking out your standing leg. Moving into a dancer's pose now. Rooting down into the right foot. The left hand can come to the inside of the left foot. Knees touch. Inhale, reach long with the right hand and then kicking back with your left foot. You're gradually opening up that shoulder. Steady breath. Nice firm standing leg. Relaxed jaw. Focusing on a spot that's not moving. Feeling the big toe mound pressing down. Kicking back, using the power of your legs, steady breath. Once again, if you fall out, you're finding your edge. Just breathe. Fall out and then just come right back in. Just laugh. Okay, release, knees come to touch. Shaking that out. Moving to the other leg. Rooting into the left foot. Like you're dumping water back behind you, the right elbow comes to your side, grabbing the inside of the right foot. Knees touch, belly to spine. Reaching long with the left arm, kicking back. Using the power of your legs. This side will be different than the other side. Just notice. Gradually deepen. When you're ready, inhale coming up, releasing that, shaking that out, coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping into plank and lower down, or hopping into your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. All right. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward between your thumbs, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Now it's your choice. If you want to come down into a yogic squat, bring your feet wide. Nice little rest here. Elbows inside of your knees, lifting up and out of your low back. If you want to come into a crow pose, it's a nice arm balance play. Plant your fingers, knees to the backs of your arms. Look forward, lean forward. Key is looking forward. The weight comes into the backs of your arms. And then maybe you lift one foot, maybe both. Just play and breathe. Steady breath. In and out. And then when you're ready, vinyasa through. Shooting back or stepping back. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, rolling forward into a plank pose, and then coming all the way down to your belly. Just take a rest here. One cheek to the mat, arms by your side. Exhale slightly longer than you inhale. Having a bit of a rest. Now we'll strengthen the back part of our core. Saying hello to a little dragonfly that landed right in front of me. Standing back through the big toes. Belly to spine. Chin of your forehead comes back to the mat for Shalambhasana. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders, and then adding your feet. Trying to get your hands higher than your hips. Steady breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. Lifting a little higher. And release. Careful with your chin. Opposite cheek to the mat. Deep breath in. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath in. And open your mouth. Let it go. Now for Dhanurasana, bend your knees. You can use a strap if you need to, reaching back for the tops of your feet or your ankles. Chin of your forehead comes back to the mat. Just like our dancer's pose, as you inhale, you're going to kick back using the power of your legs to lift and open your collarbones, broadening your shoulder blades. Broadening your shoulders. Shoulder blades are actually coming towards each other. Kicking back, lifting up. The key is to lift, but you must breathe. All right, and release. Careful with your chin. Pressing your hips back toward your heels into a child's pose. Balasana. Stretching out that low back. Couple of deep breaths here. All right. Inhale, slowly coming up. Working our way into a camel pose. So, come to the top of your mat. You can fold the mat in half if you have knee issues, like this. You want your knees to be about hips width distance. You can measure that with two fists between your knees. You want your hips to stay directly over your knees, shoulders over your hips to start off with. You want the stretch to be in the back part of your, right behind your heart, not your low back. So lifting the back of your heart up to the sky. Hands come to the small of the back to protect your back. Belly to spine. Inhale, lifting up. And then walking your eyes towards the back. Elbows work their way towards each other. You're broadening your collarbone, lifting up and out of your low back. Trying not to let your hips move back behind you. It's as though you're going back against a beach ball. Relaxing the muscles around your spine. Steady breath. You can reach down for your feet if you can see the back wall.
keeping the hips over the knee. There are so many dragonflies.
Okay, inhale, slowly coming up. Sink your hips down towards your heels. You may feel a little dizzy, a little lightheaded. Take a breath here, hands onto your lap. Noticing how you feel on the inside. Okay, from this, bring your hands forward. And then the right foot comes forward. You can keep that left knee down if you'd like to. The knee on the right foot should be directly over the ankle, toes facing straight forward. Moving into a lizard pose. Hands to the inside of that foot. You can stay on the hands. You can come onto a block if you'd like to, or you can bring the elbows down. Any variation of lizard pose, we're just deepening down into that hip. If you want to lift that back knee, if you want to bind or balance, you're certainly welcome to do that. For me right now, I'm just going to sink down into this hip. Releasing tension with every exhale. Relaxing the jaw, steady breath. Okay, and if you'd like to add to a quadricep stretch, you can bend the back knee, reaching back with your right hand, sinking down and opening up. You can either pull that foot in or kick the foot back into your hands. Might want to be better for this one to actually pull the heel into the hip to stretch the quadricep. We've done a lot of shoulder openings this practice. And again, you can always lift up on your hand. You can bring some extra padding for your knee as well. All right, releasing that, switching sides. The right knee comes down, the left foot, lizard pose. Knee directly over the ankle, toes facing straight forward. If you want to work the knee to the outside, you can always work the outer edge of the foot here, but just make sure that the toes are facing in the same line as the knees. Staying on your hands or sinking down. And breathe. Hope you're still with me. Again, I've already practiced for 2 hours today. I'm supposed to do my pranayama. And I'll do a video on that soon too. Any version, any variation. And then lifting up, if you want to bend the back knee, reaching back with the left hand, pulling that heel into your hip, opening up. Releasing that, stepping back. Any movement that feels good for you here. As we move our way into a pigeon pose, so bringing the right knee behind the right wrist. The shin eventually might come parallel to the front of the mat, but you don't want any pain in your knee. So if you have any pain in your knee, please do this on your back, where you cross the right ankle over the left knee and then pull the left knee in. Otherwise, keep the back leg straight back behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen, and then hinging forward. Any version or variation, we're just getting deeper into the hip here. Steady breath, releasing tension with every exhale. Should find a little bit of deepening the longer we stay here. Inhale, lifting up. Releasing that foot, shaking it out. Moving our way to the other side. Pigeon pose. If you're on your back, you're just gonna switch legs. Pulling the left ankle on top of the right knee, pulling the right knee into your chest. It's the same stretch. You just have different pressure on the knee. Couple more breaths. Now releasing that. Coming to a seat, extending your legs long into your Dandasana, staff pose. Shoulders over your hips, legs long. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. And then bending your knee on your exhale. Right knee, inhale, lengthen, the right hand comes behind you, and then exhale, the left arm comes around the right knee. Maybe you can wrap the elbow around, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twists. One more time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Inhale back into center. Left hand comes behind you. Reach the right arm long. The right shoulder comes to the inside of the right knee. And then you wrap the right arm around the right knee. If you can clasp, that's fine. You may need a strap. And then just work your forehead towards your knee eventually. This stretches the hip and the shoulder. And the forward fold is nice and calming. Inhale, lifting up, releasing that, extending the right leg long, bending the left knee, sole the left foot to the mat. Left hand comes behind you for a support. Inhale, lengthen. And then on your exhale, you'll twist. Inhale, back into center. Right hand's behind you. Inhale, lengthens, reaching the left arm long, wrapping that around, clasping. Hinge forward. Use a strap if you need to. This side may be different than the other side, just notice. Breathe. Inhale, lifting up, extending the left leg long, Paschimottanasana, reach, lengthen, and then hinging forward. You can use a strap if you need to. You can bend your knees to grab your toes and walking everything long. Just one final stretch. Then stay there as long as you'd like to, but it's time for your Savasana. Reach your arms forward, rolling back down onto your back. Once you get onto your back, arms by your side, palms facing up, making yourself as comfortable as possible. Maybe your feet come towards the outer portion of your mat. Just completely relax. Let everything go. Maybe take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs. And then on your exhale, let everything go. Do that a couple more times.
Shimming your shoulder blades together and under, lifting your hips and moving your hips down towards your heels. It's breakfast time for me. Gonna get a nice vegan breakfast here with Sampoorna Yoga. The vegan meals that we get are second to none. So, time to fuel my body and prepare for another great day of yoga here at Agonda Beach, India. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay in Savasana as long as you'd like to. If you want to do some breathing and meditation after practice and you have time, you're certainly welcome to do that. But thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you'd like to. Hopefully you have a great day. Namaste. See you at a mat sometime at a place near you. Have a great day.